Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about IELTS Writing Task 1. We are going to learn how to write a letter of request. In this lesson, we are going to look at a question and the sample answer. I'm going to explain to you step by step how to write the letter of request. To begin the lesson, I'm going to give you some very important tips that you need to remember when you're writing your task 1. Remember, this task 1 is meant for the general training students. If you're going to be sitting for IELTS writing task 1 as an academic student, then have a look at my pinned comment or the description box and you will find a link to all my IELTS writing task 1 for the academic students. Now, here are the tips that you need to remember when you're writing your task 1. Spend 20 minutes on the letter. Remember, you get 1 hour to write task 1 and task 2. So spend 20 minutes writing your task 1 and then 40 minutes writing your task 2. Do not spend more than 20 minutes on task 1 because you will not have enough time for task 2. Always spend 3 to 5 minutes planning and then the rest of the time writing. And always leave 2 minutes at the end to check your letter for spelling or grammar mistakes. You are expected to write more than 150 words. If you write less than 150 words, then you're going to get a lower band. But if you write more than 150 words, that is not going to affect your band negatively. Aim for between 160 and 180 words to be safe. Don't write more than 180 words because you don't have enough time to do that, and also it's a waste of your time. You do not need to write an address on the letter, so don't waste time writing an address on the letter. The other thing that is extremely important to remember is that IELTS gives you 3 points that you need to include in the letter. You have to structure your letter based on these 3 key points that IELTS wants you to include information about in the letter. The other thing that is extremely important to remember is that you need to follow the correct structure for the type of letter that you're writing. Now that I have given you the important points to remember when you're writing your task 1, let's learn specifically how to answer this question. The first step is to read the question and identify the 3 points that IELTS wants you to include in the letter, and also understand what type of letter you are expected to write. Is it formal or informal? Is it a friendly letter or is it a business letter? A formal letter is a business letter. An informal letter is a friendly letter. Now, let's read this question together and understand what we need to do. So, you forgot something at the hotel. So, you need to underline something. Forget something. At the hotel, where you stayed recently. So, forgot something. I would underline that. at a hotel. I would underline that. Recently, so it cannot be last year. It is recently. Write a letter to the hotel manager. So you're writing the letter to a hotel manager. Now, that means this letter is formal. It is not a friendly letter. It is a businesslike letter. In your letter, you should A, say when you stayed there. Underline when. So in your letter, the first point that you need to include is when you stayed there. When. Underline when. And in what room. Underline what room. Then you move on to B. Describe the item you left behind. Describe. Underline. C. What you would like the manager to do. Underline. Like the manager to do. So you have read the question and you have underlined all the important points that you need to pay attention to when you start writing the letter. Once you have done that, then you begin writing the letter. We begin with the salutation. That is step 1. Write a letter to the manager. We don't know the name of the manager. We don't know whether the manager is a man or a woman. So to be safe, we use Dear Sir / Madam. Sir, because it could be a man. Madam, because it could be a woman. Then you put the comma after Madam. That is the first step. The salutation. Dear Sir / Madam. Step 2 is the introduction of the letter. In the introduction, that is where you write why you're writing the letter. You explain exactly why you're writing the letter. And you can always begin the introduction of a business letter with, I am writing this letter with regards to. I am writing this letter with regards to an item which I left behind at your hotel in my recent visit. I am writing this letter with regards to. You can always begin like that, and then after that you add the rest of the information depending on the question. So I'm writing this letter with regards to an item which I left behind at your hotel in my recent visit. You get that the rest of the information from the question. The question says you forgot something at the hotel where you stayed recently. So I'm writing in regards to an item which I left behind. To leave behind, that is a phrasal verb which means forget. At your hotel in my recent visit. So step 2 is the introduction where you explain why you're writing the letter. After that, you move on to step 3. In step 3, you need to address the first key point. A. Say when you stayed there. The first part of point A is to say when did you stay there. So, I checked in at your hotel on the 2nd of July and checked out a week later on the 10th of July at 12 p.m. So that is the first part of point A, when you stay there. I checked in. You check in at the hotel. When you arrive at the hotel, you check in. So I checked in at your hotel on the 2nd of July. And then you check out when you're leaving a week later on the 10th of July. So I have explained the first part of point A, when I stayed there. Now I need to address the second part, and in what room. I need to tell the hotel manager in which room did I stay. So step 3, the second sentence. For the entire week that I was there, I stayed in room number 228. 228. So for the entire week, entire means whole week because I was there for a week from the 2nd to the 10th. So for the entire week that I was there, I stayed in room number 228. And then you can tick the first key point, put across there that you have already provided information about that. Then after that, you move on to the second point, and that is B. Describe the item you left behind. Remember to leave a line between the paragraphs. Each step is a separate paragraph. So, describe the item you left behind. What does the item look like? Step 4. The item which I forgot at your hotel is a hair dryer, which is pink in color by the brand Babyliss, whose blue logo is visible on the side of the dryer. The dryer is small in size with an electric cord that is about 3 meters in length. It has 3 adjustable heat settings and 2 voltage indicators at the back. So I have described the hair dryer. And you notice I began that paragraph with the sentence that is in point B. Describe the item you left behind. The item which I forgot at your hotel is a hair dryer. Then I'm describing what the hair dryer looks like. You use the hair dryer to dry your hair. It is pink in color. It is by the brand Babyliss. It has a blue logo which is visible on the side of the dryer. It is small in size. It has an electric cord that is about 3 meters in length. It has 3 adjustable heat settings. And it has 2 voltage indicators at the back. So I have described the item, I have identified the item, and I have described it in details in terms of the color, which brand it is. What about, does it have a logo? What about the size? Is it large? Is it small? What about the electric cord? How long is it? Does it have heat adjustable settings? Does it have voltage indicators? Now I can tick point B. Put across there. You have already addressed that key point in details. After that, you move on to the third point, and that is C. What you would like the manager to do about it. So what do you want the manager to do? And that is step 5. I would really appreciate it if you could find the hair dryer and keep it safely for me to collect in 3 months' time during my next book holiday at your hotel. I would really appreciate it if you could find the hair dryer and keep it safely for me to collect in 3 months' time during my next booked holiday at your hotel. So in that step 5, you have addressed the last point. You have written information about the last point C. What would you like the manager to do? In my case, I would appreciate it. I would be very grateful. To appreciate something is to be grateful. Okay, if you could find the hairdryer, so I would like the manager to find the hairdryer, and once he has found it, keep it safe. Keep it safe for me, okay, to collect in 3 months' time. So in 3 months' time, I have booked another holiday at the same hotel, and I would like the manager to keep my hairdryer until in 3 months' time when I come to collect it. Very clear instructions. The next step, once you have done that, is step 6. Step 6 is the conclusion. Remember, step 2 is the introduction. Step 6 is the conclusion. Now, Thank you very much in advance. Step 6 is usually just one line is enough. Thank you very much in advance. I'm thanking the manager in advance for taking the time to find my hairdryer and keeping it for me. Thank you very much in advance. After that, you move on to step 7. In step 7 is where you sign off the letter. In step 1 is a salutation. Step 7 is signing off of the letter. Now, you don't know the name of the hotel manager, so you usually use faithfully. You use sincerely, yours sincerely, when you know the name of the person who you're sending the letter to. Okay, so when you're writing a formal letter or a business letter and you know the name of the person who you're writing the letter to, then you use sincerely. When you don't know the name of the person, you use faithfully. So yours faithfully, comma, don't forget that comma at the end of faithfully. And then you move on to step 8 where you write your full name. Carol Hemp. Okay, you write your full name, Carol Hemp. So there you go. That's how you're supposed to answer this question. Remember, the most important thing is to read the question and make sure you identify all the little things that you need to make sure you include in the letter. Okay, you forgot something at the hotel. So it is in a hotel and you forgot something. So you can decide whatever it is that you forgot. Sometimes you're told you forgot an item of clothing. If they say that, then it has to be something that you can wear. In this case, it is something. So you can choose whatever it is that you want to write about. And then the next thing is to know who you're writing the letter to. Write a letter to the hotel manager. Okay, and then after that you have the 3 points that IELTS wants you to include in the letter. Okay, so very, very important that you read the question and understand it. After that, you follow all the 8 steps to start writing your letter. Step 1, that is the salutation. You don't know who you're writing to. You just know it's a hotel manager. You don't know whether it's a man or a woman. You don't know his or her name. So to be safe, you begin with Dear Sir / Madam. After that, you move on to step 2 where you write the introduction. In the introduction, you explain why you're writing the letter. After that, the next paragraph, you address the first point A. In the next paragraph, step 4, you address the next point B. After that, the next point C. So you structure the letter based on the 3 points that IELTS has given you. And you need to make sure that you leave a line between the paragraphs. And then after that, you move on to step 6 where you conclude the letter. It should just be one sentence. This is a formal letter. Thank you very much in advance. And then after that, you move on to step 7 where you sign off the letter, yours faithfully. Faithfully because we don't know who we are writing this formal letter to. We don't know his name. We don't know whether it's a man or a woman. We don't know the person. So we use faithfully. Remember, I said you use sincerely when you know the name of the person you're sending the formal or business letter to. And then after that, you move on to step 8, where you write your full name, and that is Carol Hemp. Now, if you found this lesson helpful at all, please give this video a thumbs up. Share the video with a friend so that they can also benefit and learn from this lesson. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I will be uploading a lot more letters on Task 1 for the general training students. And also remember there are many different types of letters that you're supposed to write in Task 1, and if you look at the link in the description box or in my comment section, just have a look at my pinned comment and you will find a link to all the different types of IELTS writing Task 1 for the general training students. Now, thank you very much, everyone. And remember, if you're looking for videos on IELTS writing on IELTS speaking, IELTS listening. Maybe you want videos to help you with your grammar. Maybe you want videos to help you with your pronunciation. Maybe you want videos to help you with your reading for IELTS. Have a look at the description box and you will find links to all the videos that are going to help you with that. Now, thank you very much, everyone, and I shall see you in our next video. Thank you and bye-bye.